Yeah, palms sweating in class, he off task. He's focused on the southern hemisphere of her back, and his eyes glance down. Thank God he got a look. He in love with the cake, about to buy a cookbook. Doesn't have a prom date, no, it's not a good look.
Some days you just can't do it. I was teaching all day, then I had a rehearsal from 3 to 6, and then I had to go and play men's league basketball, which was a lot of sitting on the bench, and I did not play my best, which is kind of irking me, staying with me this evening. And now it's almost time for me to go to sleep, and I'm thinking about watching a movie, but I didn't write a lyric, I didn't make a beat, I didn't engineer anything, didn't make a TikTok. I don't want to say the day defeated me because it didn't, because I'm still standing, or sitting in this case. But some days it's just kind of tricky. Well, this might be a real short video, but we're going to see what happens. But yeah, I think I'm making this episode about, or at least called, writer's block. What I'll tell you first, I'm not going to say I don't believe in writer's block. Many people believe that they have it and struggle with it, so I'm not here to invalidate everyone's opinion on that. For me personally, I don't know if I've just never experienced it or if I just process it differently, but I've never really had writer's block. Because I'm the kind of writer who keeps pushing. And not in terms of like, oh, everything I make is, I push through and make trash, because I don't think it's bad. I think sometimes you need a little space. Because I get that all the time. I don't know how many artists can relate to this, but I have this thing where I will listen to a demo that I made one day and be like, yo, this is like sick, absolutely incredible. And then I'll listen to it on another day and I'm like, this is terrible. I don't like this at all. I don't know what I was thinking. So I really think that it is just a thing of perspective, and sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong, sometimes you're on a good day, sometimes you're on a bad day, and that's going to happen. But what I do want to talk about is what I call the lull. Now, the lull is a very real thing for me personally, because I just keep it real, like starting a couple months back, right now I'm filming this in early March of 26. But starting maybe 6 or 8 months back, I had this thing of just like, inspired is the thing that I want to feel the most, and I felt really inspired for what felt like a really long time, and that was really great, but you can't feel inspired forever. You can't feel inspired every second of every day. That's just not going to happen. There's too much that happens in a day to make that work. I care a lot about cycles. I think about cycles a lot, and how to perfect a day. Because I think at the end of the day, this might be a little bit of a reductionist point of view, but I think we're all just trying to have a perfect day. We're trying to craft that for ourselves, whether it's having a great adventure on the weekends or something, or just figuring out your daily routine when you're in the grit and grind of life. I feel that a lot as a teacher, trying to figure out, okay, how can I give the effort that I need to give to be a teacher and to be successful at that, and then still be able to manage my own energy levels to go to the gym, right? To make sure that I do something creative, right? The lull for me, this is something that happens and is happening currently as I'm recording this, where you've been doing something for a while, right? And you don't know where it's going. I think so many of us find that, and I find in these moments that my self-doubt really starts to creep in again and starts to just act up, when I'm making content, right? Because I've been making a lot of content, TikTok content, working on YouTube content now, you know, it's a constant grind, but I'm like, oh, I think to myself, like, oh, people won't want to hear this, people don't care, like, this is whatever nonsense, like, you shouldn't even do it, right? And I don't, thus far, knock on wood, haven't let that voice win, but it's very real. It's super real to, you know, when you're doing something, you're putting a lot of energy and effort into trying to get social media following, because that's what we're told to do as artists. We're told, oh, you want to grow, go jump on TikTok, go engage the algorithm, go do whatever. And I'm not here, because so many people say it, I'm not here to be like, the algorithm is stupid and I'm not going to do it anymore and the algorithm is broken, right? Like, it's its own thing. You know, you can say that the algorithm doesn't like you, doesn't respond to your content, whatever. And I'm also not here to tell you that you need to make different content or do better. But there is a game, and I think if you want to be successful, you have to play it. Now, you can figure out your own way. You can figure out your own way how to play the game and not lose your mind doing it. Because if you're making content just to make it, right, then I think people can feel that. People can feel like, oh, there's something missing about this, you know? And I do my best not to get in that perspective. I think that working TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, I think it's hard. I think it's draining if you keep looking for results. And I think we've all made content on a day where we weren't really feeling up to it and we did it just to do it, just to get another day of consistency, right? It's a big thing for me, is trying to be consistent, you know? So it's not like I've never posted a video that I was kind of indifferent about. But, you know, trying to stay inspired, that's the real crux of it. And for me, I mean, I'll just tell you what's going on recently, you know, since we're trying to do this maybe every week, if we're lucky, these Road to a Record Deal videos. But I've been seeing a guy that I went to school with, a Berkeley guy, who's been doing all these remixes, right? He's been rapping on people's beats, and it's been awesome. I love seeing it, and so much so that I'm like, damn, like I want to go rap. I want to go make a video like that, you know? And it's wonderful to be inspired by other people, you know? I think something I'm feeling on a personal level right now is just that, like, I don't know. I think there's so much negativity out there, and I think we don't focus enough on trying to put anything positive out there. Now, I'm not talking about not being attached to reality, right? Like, there's a lot of really messed up shit that's going on in the world right now. Lots of places in the world right now. I'm not saying to ignore those real world things that are happening, but, you know, like, we have to find joy in our day-to-day. Otherwise, you know, I don't like getting into this bag very often because I feel like I'm past this, but what are we doing it for then? You know, what are we working so hard for? What are we putting so much pressure on ourselves for? You know? And I would love to remove the pressure from how I do things, you know? Even if it's playing pickup basketball, being like, I don't have to be the best out there on the court. I can play the game, right? Get open, shoot my jumpers, do my thing, right? I don't have to be the absolute best of the best of the best to do that. And if people are negative playing pickup basketball, I don't have to engage. I don't have to play someone else's game. I can very much play my own game. But getting back to the lull, I want to be inspired. I want to stay inspired. I think that's the best thing that we can feel as artists. I think that's the best thing that we can give people as artists, right? Because what we make, what we create, I really feel like that's what keeps the world turning. Yeah.